Hey guys, we're going to go over daily homework page number 130. So first question we have is a subtraction question. 11,521 minus 5,128. I like to stack these, and so I'm going to put that here. 11,521 subtract 5,128. Now when I look at this right at the start, I want an estimate of what my answer will be. So 11,000 minus 5,000 is 6,000. And 500 minus 100 is 400. So my answer is going to be somewhere around 6,400, roughly in that area. To find the exact answer, I start over on the ones place, and I have a 1 subtract 8. Now I can't do that without borrowing. I'm going to have to redistribute my numbers a little bit. So I'm going to take a 10 from here. So this is going to become 110. And I'm going to add 10 to that 1 in the ones place. That's going to become 11. So 11 minus 8 is 3. Now I have 1 in the tens place, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to borrow from the hundreds place. I'm going to take 100 from there, so this becomes 400. And I'm going to add 100 to the tens place. This is now 11 tens, or 110. So 11 minus 2 is 9. So that really what that means is 110 minus 20 is 90. Now I have 400 minus 100, that's 300. And now I have 1,000 minus 5,000. But if I look at this question, I'll see that I have nothing in the 10,000s place. So I can just think of this as 11,000 minus 5,000. Well, I know 11 minus 5 is 6. So 11,000 minus 5,000 would be 6,000. So my answer is 6,393. I said it'd be about 6,400. Not too bad. Number 2 is a multiplication question. It says 7 times 13. Well, when I look at this, I say, well, I know 7 times 10 is 70, and 7 times 3 is 21. So if I add those together, I have 91. So 7 times 13 is 91. The last 3 questions I have for math all have to do with this graph here. This is a pictograph because it has pictures in it. It says, Mr. Brown had a book reading competition in his class. He made a pictograph of the results after week 1. So we have these different amounts, and on the side, it's showing how much each of the pictures is worth. It looks like each picture is worth 1. So it says, how many more books did Cheryl and Maurice read than Bob and Raj? So Cheryl and Maurice are these 2 people right here, and together Cheryl read 4 and Maurice read 3, so that's 7. Bob and Raj, Bob read 2 and Raj read 1, so there's 3 there. So that would mean that they read 4 more books. Cheryl and Maurice read 4 more books than Bob and Raj. Number 4, I'm going to erase that. It says, what is the average amount of books read by these 5 students? So average means what amount of books did they read if we added them all together and then and figured out evenly split between these 5 students. So what we have, one way we can do that is we can add them together and divide by the amount of students. So if I add all of these numbers, so I have 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10, plus 5 more is 15. If I have 15, I'm going to erase that, total books, and I divide them equally amongst the 5 students, it means each student would have read 3 books. So the average is 3 books. By the way, if you didn't want to add them up, if you just wanted to say, well, what if Kim gave 2 of her books to Raj and Cheryl gave 1 of her books to Bob, you'd see that they have 3 books each that way too. So that's another way to find the average. Last question says, if she kept reading at the same rate, how many books would Kim read in 12 weeks? Well, you can see that Kim read 5 books this week, so I need to do 12 times 5. Okay, well, I know 10 times 5 is 50, and I know 2 times 5 is 10. So 12 times 5 would be 60. So if she kept reading at the same rate, she would read 60 books in 12 weeks. All right, guys, don't forget to do your Lexia practice and make sure you write down what you read and what you learned. Thank you very much.